watched it across my career. I didn't know much about it going in the late 80s, early 90s. And, it's funny. It's like any good line of work. If you say there's a demand there, it's something you might like. And I look around Brandon's offices here and, all these things on the wall and these incredible, not just pictures, but memorabilia, game jerseys, pucks, bats. And it's hard not to be intrigued. It's not just memories, but there are pieces of history there. And as a sports fan, it's pretty darn interesting. So it's grown in so many ways. I think the demand's always been there, but it's gotten bigger and bigger, with the internet. And you can actually see these things, and people recognize that there's ways of owning these pieces of history. Yankee Stadium comes down, you can buy pieces of the turf, whatever it is. It's just, he's been leading the charge in this, and I think as creative as he gets, people will keep the demand going.
Brandon was always a straight shooter. You could tell he was serious, and he put significant investment behind his business, and he stayed through the tough times when a lot of other companies failed because they didn't have the foresight or the backing that Brandon had. So Brandon weathered some tough storms early on in the 80s and the 90s, and he survived. And when everybody else around him did not make it. Yeah, so he's legitimized it. A lot of the problems in the early days were just getting credibility. There was a lot of forgeries, a lot of authenticity was a problem. And Brandon Steiner withstood a lot of troubled times in the 80s and the 90s, and a lot of other companies that went down, that went under. He stayed with it, and then he got to the point of credibility and brought it to a level of credibility to where he could partner with major league teams. He could form a partnership with the Yankees.
You look at Brandon 25 years ago. He had the vision to say, you know what? Let me take these athletes, get them to sign a picture. We'll have letters of authenticity, and then we're going to sell them. We're going to make them affordable, and we're going to let people know that the signature that you look down at is for real. And I think that he's kept true to his vision. He's been able to brand it, been able to market it, been able to sell it, to make it affordable to the consumer. But in the end result, he's also taken these relationships with the athletes, shook their hands and said, hey, you know what, trust me. And a lot of time in life, you needed a signed piece of paper. I think the one thing about Brandon, you never needed that. You trusted his word. So it doesn't surprise me that he's been able to build this empire in 25 years, to think outside the box, have the vision, surround himself with good people, and never deviate from what he wanted to accomplish.
I think you develop a certain trust throughout the years. When I came up, we won the World Series my first year. And, like I said, I've had a relationship with Brandon since then. And I think over the years, getting to know him, getting to know his family, getting to know what he stands for, seeing his business grow, I think you develop a trust for him. Because, you talk about sports memorabilia, authenticity is such a big problem this day and age. And with Brandon that you're getting the best and you're getting something that's authentic. If you want to get the real, legit signature, autograph, memorabilia, what have you, you go to Brandon. And if you go to him, you're going to get good quality. You're going to get authentic autographs. They always come up with new ideas, great ideas with different things. But I think Brandon's second to none when it comes to the memorabilia business.